I'm Dr. Vijayalakshmi, working as an associate professor in the Department of Basic Science in Vishnu Institute of Technology, Bhimavaram. In this video, I would like to share a few important features of syllable division and word stress. The roadmap to my presentation is syllable, word stress, stress in disyllabic, trisyllabic, and polysyllabic words, stress shift in derived words, functional stress, stress in compound words, sentence stress, and strong and weak forms. The smallest unit of speech is a phoneme, or a sound differentiating two words which are otherwise the same. Thus, pen and ten sound different because of their initial sounds pa and ta. The next higher unit of speech, consisting of one or more than one phoneme, is a syllable. A syllable is a unit of sound consisting of a vowel and one or more consonant sounds that can be pronounced in one effort. Example words are tea, coffee, and camera. We will find that we say the first word in one flow of breath, the second in two, and the third in three. Hence, tea is monosyllabic, coffee is disyllabic, and camera is trisyllabic. Each syllable has a sound that is prominent. This is usually a vowel sound. We should remember one thing, that when we refer to a syllable, we are talking about sounds, not letters. Now, syllable division practice. Mine, cream, sound, and smile are monosyllabic words. Relax, believe, above, sailor are disyllabic words. Decision, paragon, emerald, sanctuary are trisyllabic words. Laboratory, benevolent, carpenter, and identification are polysyllabic words. Stress is an important feature of spoken English, and clarity in the language depends to a large extent on the speaker's ability to use the English stress system. Stress is a means of making a syllable or a word appear more prominent than others to which it is linked in speech. Stress is a meaningful feature at the levels of both words and sentences. The pronunciation of words in English partly involves using extra breath force on one or more syllables in them so that they sound more prominent than the other syllables. These syllables are said to be stressed. Words consisting of one syllable, when said aloud by themselves, are spoken with force. But in a word consisting of two syllables, either the first or the second or both the syllables are stressed. For example, teacher is a two-syllable word, with the first syllable louder than the second. The vowel in the first syllable, which is stressed, is also longer than the vowel in the second syllable. In dictionaries, a vertical bar is placed above and in front of the syllable that carries the primary stress of the word. Some words also have secondary stress or a weaker stress on another syllable. The vertical bar is usually placed below and in front of a syllable with a weaker stress. For example, the secondary stress placed before the second syllable and the primary stress before the fourth. With reference to the example words such as teacher with primary stress and examination with both primary and secondary stress. Stress in various syllables is observed in this slide. Some disyllabic words such as English, doctor, cartoon, and captain are stressed on the first syllable, while other disyllabic words such as about, deceive, shampoo, and demand have the main stress on the second syllable. In polysyllabic words with prefixes and suffixes, the stem part of the word, which is more important from the point of view of meaning, is always stressed, while prefixes and suffixes are generally not. However, each word should be treated independently. Stress shift in derived words is another difficulty faced by the non-native speakers of English. Some typical examples are given here. For example, democrat, democracy, and democratic. Second example is demonstrate, demonstrative, and demonstration. The stress shift according to function is observed in this slide. Another aspect of English word stress is the shift in stress in a number of disyllabic words depending on whether the words are used as nouns, as adjectives, or as verbs. Usually, nouns or adjectives are stressed on the first syllable, and when the same words are used as verbs, the stress falls on the second syllable. The difference between noun or adjective and verb are observed in this manner. Desert, desert. Object, object. Present, present. And export, export. The next important feature is stress in compound words. In a compound word consisting of a combination of two words, the primary stress is generally on one word, usually the first. Sometimes both the words are stressed, but then the primary stress is on the second word. For example, the primary stress on first word are blackboard, railway, motor car, and bookshelf. The primary stress on second word are part-time, short-lived, open-minded, and loudspeaker. Sentence stress is also one of the important features of word stress. Not all the words in a sentence are stressed. Content words, which are vital to meaning, such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, interrogative pronouns, and the negative not, generally receive the stress, while pronouns and grammatical words like helping verbs, prepositions, articles, and conjunctions are not stressed. This is because they are not important for the meaning of sentences. A few examples are: he has gone. I met him in the morning. She lost her keys in the bus. I like boiled eggs. I like boiled eggs. I like boiled eggs. I like boiled eggs. In the last four sentences, the shift in the primary stress placed on words in a sentence has the effect of changing its meaning to suit different speech situations. Strong and weak forms are given special importance in connected speech. The unstressed words between the stressed ones are spoken rapidly in informal speech at a natural pace. Thus, such words have two forms: strong forms, pronounced when the words are uttered individually or when they are stressed in a given context, and weak forms that are unstressed and hence reduced when these words are uttered in connected speech. Thus, words like articles, auxiliary verbs, conjunctions, and prepositions do not usually appear as strong forms in conversational speech. The sources collected for preparing this video are from JNTU Lab manuals. Thank you for watching.